leave it up until Sean.
Yeah.
All right, so just picking back up here again.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Trying to get all the logistics worked out.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Looks
We're
like they were.
putting
Okay.
minefields for you to hop over.
So, just getting back here, what I was talking about is, this is called transitions or transactions communicating power. And we're talking about communications and what business is about, making transitions. And the fundamental portion of making any type of transition or transaction revolves around communication. So anyways, I'm not going to go over what I was just talking about, but like I said, where I go buy my water and why I pay $3 a gallon for the water is in Laguna, and everything inside the bins from top to toe communicates high level quality. It's well thought out, well invested. They're very serious about providing the best type of quality and the best knowledge and the best research. And even the bathroom, everything in there is very attractive, right? Just everything's clean, everything smells good, everything is, so this is a form of communication, right? Going back to being in business and communicating more than just words and more than just your voice, everything is built around communication. And when we talk about making transitions in business from one place of where you're at to wanting to be in another place, it's all built around communication. So today we're talking about communicating power. Like I was saying, so just being an entrepreneur ever since I was a kid, always studying business. I'm always studying like what successful businesses doing, whether they're mom and pop or whether they're large businesses, whether they're major franchises. And I've watched businesses that were major franchises start to deteriorate, and I already knew they were going to go out of business, and they would go out of business because their communication would start breaking down. They would have people that weren't providing good customer service, that didn't care, which is always a reflection of management. Right, so if you ever look at an operation or organization and you see people that are providing the services that are not very quality, they're always a reflection of the management. So if you have some people in and they take it very serious, they're very thorough, they're very on top of it, it's because their management is just like that and they're hiring people just like themselves, right? So we're just talking about what does a successful business model look like? What does communicating power really look like? Where do opportunities come from? And how do we capture these opportunities? Because that's ultimately what making a transition in business is. We have to really understand like how to be successful in business and what it really is. So we're going to talk about the basic business principles that you have to have in place. All right. Opportunity. We're going to break down what opportunity is, what it really is, and what it really means, and how do you find opportunity in the real estate business, and how do you capture the real estate opportunity. Communication lines, very, very important. You can't capture opportunity without a communication line, or you can't even create an opportunity without a communication line. What does that mean? A communication line could be, like for example, your email. People who have, and when I'm doing the coaching, one-on-one coaching, I will do information system training with them because you have to have your information systems in place, which means when you have an email, do you have an email that's tied to 100 different things? Is it your personal email that goes to like 100 different things? Or do you have one email that's dedicated just to your real estate business so that anytime there's something in there or something comes in, you know right away and you know specifically that is for your business? Or is it wrapped up in 1,000 emails and then you miss the opportunity because you miss that line of communication because it's wrapped in 1,000 other emails? That's just one example. Your email needs to be strictly for your real estate business so you know when it comes in and you know exactly what it's for, what it's related to. Your phone line. When you're working in your business, you need to be able to be available, and that's part of capturing opportunity. You have to make sure that you're available to receive calls or to receive messages, and make sure you have a dedicated line, especially for prospecting. But as you see when we go to the next slide, when you're sending out information and the information starts coming back, that's where you have to capture the opportunity, okay? And on Friday, I had somebody I was working with that missed a big opportunity because of the communication lines. And this is like the most important part of your business is your communication lines. Timing. Timing has to do with timing the opportunity, timing your schedule. Being on time is a very big one. And so the whole thing with timing is like the timing goes way back. Timing is more than just a clock. right? So when we talk about synchronicity, we talk about luck, suppose of what luck is, about all this stuff, but timing goes way back to astrological things in alignment. It's not even about just a 12-hour, 24-hour day. It starts with that, but being in timing, being in tune, where you can, even like the sailors, they would have it's be in tune, and they could just navigate their ways without having compasses and all these different things.
The pollination.
Yeah, a lot of different things, right? You had some experiences recently where, the timing was just amazing. I told you about a trip. I went to San Francisco to a music store, and I didn't even use my GPS. I got in the car and just drove, and I made every exit and every turn, and I didn't know, I'd never been there before, but for some reason I just went straight there.
It's a man thing, Charles.
It was just timing, right? This being in tune, right?
Yeah.
So there's times where you
I
can
think it's
feel
like-
something,
Mhm.
communication, right? But this all goes back. But the most important thing is like being on time, because being on time is related to your communication to the opportunity, right? So it's more than like just being on time because you're on time. It has more to do with what you're actually communicating, what you're putting out, right? So if you can't be on time, then you have to really figure out why aren't you on time? Because that means that your communication lines are breaking down somewhere. Your mathematical calculations are wrong. And then it's gonna affect your opportunities, guaranteed 100%. And the people that can't really get to higher levels of success is because their timing is off. So they're missing the opportunities to keep making those leaps because they don't see the value in being on time. Location. Location is very important too, especially in real estate, right? They say location, right? But where are you located? Where are you situated? What's your environment like? Right, so we're talking about your environment. Is your environment built for success? Is there too many distractions? Is it too crowded? Is it too unorganized? These are all forms of communication, right? And then you have, this is basic business principles. Then you have your product or your service, right? So if you're selling a product or a service, you have to make sure that you have a good quality product or service. And then you have transport, which is delivery, that's fulfillment. Either you showing up on time, which is you transporting yourself from one place to another, which is a transition, to make a transaction happen. So transitioning and transportation is have to do with timing. So I order a lot of stuff off of Amazon, and I'm on Amazon Prime now, and they'll have guarantees. It's guaranteed to be by here, or FedEx. I always hold FedEx accountable. If they don't, if I pay and it says by 3:30 and they come at 3:35, I make them pay the money back. And they'll try to give me a little excuse and I hold them to it and they always refund the money. So I love FedEx because they're holding themselves accountable, and then you can demand an extra fee or premium in your product or service if you know that you have control over your timing. Do people pay for timing?
Mm-hmm.
Time is valuable.
Okay, so you can't get time back, right?
Right.
And we'll pay more to have expedited service. Or if you know something is reliable and the timing is right, you'll pay, right? So it's very important to be on time with your business. Timing your commissions, timing the removal of your disclosures, right? You're gonna have to time when you're gonna have to pay bills. You're gonna have to time how you're gonna spend your commission check. You're gonna have to time when you have to pay taxes. So a lot of businesses are built around timing. A lot of businesses make all of their money on holidays. There's some businesses that just make their money on holidays, all on timing. 4th of July, right? I'm sure they just do fireworks. They make a lot of money, and then that's it. But there's other businesses, Christmas time, Thanksgiving. They're all built around time. So be on time, because if by being on time, it's going to increase your communication line. It's going to increase your value, and you're going to be able to capture the opportunities and create the opportunities. Okay. Transport delivery. All right, so let's go to the next one. Capturing opportunity. In your business, we're looking to help people that want to buy and sell real estate. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which would be an opportunity. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When we're talking to someone, we find a problem for them that we can solve. That's also an opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a basic business model. It's right here, okay? And this is gonna remove all the confusion and distraction from your business. You have to pinpoint your target market. Where are you most likely to find opportunity? I specialize in just teaching you guys expired and for sale by owners. I'm not interested in farming and open house. I mean, I can give you strategy for all that stuff, and you know, depending on where you're at, if you're part-time, you should do at least one a week for open houses. But for the most part, you can make you can build your business predictably just by contacting for sale by owners and expireds. And we're gonna really start going into some more advanced techniques on expireds and FSBOs. I got a really good one for sale by owners that we're gonna talk about. And it's a new angle. It's closing on help. Like the whole conversation just is built right around there. We're gonna close on help. But just getting back to this, so pinpointing your target market. Okay, so for me, the abundance of expireds and for sale by owners, fastest source of business opportunity, and the abundance of expireds, people that are overpriced and couldn't get their home sold. I don't. To me, that just, for me, mathematically, it makes the most sense. So that's where I'm going to start. So I'm working on creating an opportunity, finding people that want to buy and sell homes that have problems to solve. I need to send in communication. That could be a flyer, that could be a mailer, that could be door knocking, and it could be calling. So you have to send in communication, and then you have to be able to receive communication. Meaning I might have an appointment with someone 4 days out, but I need to be able to make sure that I can receive communication if they call me and something changes, if they call me if they need something. I have to be available. Otherwise you miss opportunity, you miss trust, you lose respect. You have to be able to capture the opportunity. And the best way to do that is just to make something dedicated for that specific part of the business. So you'll see companies, as they say, if you have a question, support@helpdesk.com, right? So then that email, when you're sending an email to support, they know that it's for to solve a problem or a support issue that you have, right?
What's that email?
No.
I'm just giving you an example.
Okay, yeah, okay.
When you deal with certain companies, they'll say if you have a challenge or you need support, they'll give you an email address,
Yeah.
support at whatever their company name is, right? Because what they're doing is they're directing the line of communication specifically to a department that knows that that's what it's about. So you have to look at your business. If you're sending out forms of communication when people are coming back or they need to communicate with you, are you available? This goes back to self-communication, mental communication, being prepared mentally. I've always, since I've been so much about business, that 90% of all the calls that I'm on is really about business. I don't really chat about anything else. So like, some people that hang out with me, they're just like, yeah, you know, it's always about dealing, a service, something that I'm providing. That's all I really do, right? But so I make sure that I'm always available, and I'm always available because I don't have drama coming in. It's just going to be about business, something of quality. That's just the way I live my life, right? But you have to build your business the same way. Now, when the communication comes in, you got to build agreements and make transactions, right? The agreements, you agree? Okay, sign here on your credit card statement. You agree to pay this much for the food, we're going to serve you, right? So this is the transition to transaction. Very simple stuff, it's very basic, but a lot of people don't spend the time to really understand it. And how does it relate to your business? So let's talk about what opportunity is. Going back, opportunity, late 14th century, opportunite, which is originated from French and Latin, opportunitatum, fitness, convenience, suitableness, favorable time. And there's time again, opportunity and favorable time, right? Or they say luck meets opportunity, or preparedness meets opportunity, or opportunity knocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
This all have to do with like favorable timing.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity and timing, right? Being prepared, being ready to receive the opportunity. Fitness, I told you guys this is a very competitive sport. To get opportunity, you have to be fit. You have to be ready. You have to be ready for whatever they're going to say when you say something. And we're going to go into that when we go into drilling in a little bit. All right? Favorable time, suitableness, fitness, convenience. From opportunist, fit, convenient, suitable, favorable, coming toward a port, right? Like wind. So I just think these words are very, very interesting because people say that they want to go out and they want to create something for themselves. Everything's built around opportunity. You gotta fit. Why would the word fitness be an opportunity and timing and favorable timing, right? We just had that big fight over the weekend, right? And these are supposed to be top athletes. And what are they doing? They're working on their timing. They're working on being fit. When someone gets tired or someone makes a mistake, right? It's the same thing, opportunity. So we have to be fit. We have to be competitive. We have to be prepared, and we have to really get the timing down. Investment's all about timing. That's why I said, if we have time, I'm gonna go over a real equity deal that was a good solid one that I got on Friday. But I was available for the call, and I went and I made the appointment, and it was a good opportunity in Fullerton, and we'll discuss it. And it was a good equitable deal, and I would have taken it, but we had to pull cards for it, and someone got a higher card. Let's look at the dictionary definition. A set of circumstances that make it possible to do something. Synonyms: chance, lucky chance, favorable time, occasion, moment, time again, right set of circumstances, occasion, moment, opening, option, window of opportunity, turn, go, possibility, turn, go, that's transition again, turn and go, all right? Communicating, let's look at the word communicating, to impart. This is etymology, the origins of the word, to impart information, Latin past participle, to share, communicate, impart, inform.
Past participle.
Thank you. Literally, to make common, related to commonness, common, public, general. To share, transmit. Right? So communicating is to share, to transmit, to move. Transition, again, movement, right? This is the dictionary definition: to convey knowledge or information about, make known, communicate a story. Let's see here: to cause to pass from one to another, to receive communion in a religious standpoint, to transmit information, thought, or feeling so that it's satisfactorily received or understood. To transmit information, thought, or feeling. And this is true too, because you could be around people that are really down and have negative emotions, and you can feel how they're feeling, right? Or you can be around people that have high energy, that feel really good, and they're like the life of the party, and then people want to be around them too. So they're communicating energy and emotions, right? That's all a form of communication. That's why, like, when we talk about attracting opportunity, when someone's very attractive, then people will come up to that person, or that's why if you look at brand ambassadors, they'll have attractive people that are representing a brand that make people want to engage in a conversation about that brand, right? I was just dressed really nice, is going to grab some almond milk, and this gentleman said, "Are you in real estate?" Right? And he wanted to find out about he's going to get some money coming in, but he saw that I was dressed nice, my shoes, everything smelled good, and so when we talk about attraction and transmitting thought and a feeling, these are all things that communicate something. Remember I said it's not all about words. It's not about the words that you say. It's about how you carry yourself. That's why I said when you exercise before you start your day, you feel better, you have more energy to go throughout the day, right? These are all forms of communication. And then you have to be able to receive the communication for the opportunity. Power, to supply with power. Earlier, 1898, it meant make powerful. But it really relates circa 1300s to ability, and the ability to act or to do something. Efficacy, right? The ability to do your intention, to make your intention happen. So power, when I look at the word power and break that down, responsibility, we talk about the ability to respond, but the ability to act or to do something. So if someone's powerful, like if you're gonna look at it in a physical sense, and someone can lift 600 pounds, they're powered because they have the ability to actually do it, to actually push it all the way up, right? So your power in your real estate business could be your ability to make a certain amount of calls, to reach a certain amount of people, to do what you need to do to make yourself available for an opportunity. Control, right? To be able, just to be able to do something. That's why I say if you say you're going to do something to yourself and you actually do it, then you're powerful to yourself, because when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And that goes back to your self-esteem and your ego. Transition, going across or over. Definition, the process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. Like we talked about before, you might be in one position in your real estate business and you want to transition to another state in your real estate business, whether it's from 1 or 2 listings or no listings to having 5, 6 listings, and then from having those listings to having closings, which will be the transactions. From transitions to transactions. Synonyms: change, passage, move, transformation. That's all I've been working with you guys on, is just transformation. Conversion, metamorphosis, alteration, handover, changeover, switch, jump, leap, progression. And this is what we're doing in the sales conversation. Oh, Lydia called me. She had a first sale by owner yesterday or something like that. We were talking. And she was talking to the lady, and the lady was not really, it wasn't making any sense what she was saying. But Lydia was starting to ask more powerful questions, and the lady was saying that she didn't know and all that stuff, but she didn't know how to transition that from her showing her that she didn't know something to her making a decision, right? So we have to be able to get people to transition into making a decision, which is progressive, right? Find the problem, start providing the solution, start making them make the agreement with us. That's the transition to the transaction. I'll say it again. Finding the problem, providing the solution, making the agreement. Problem, solution, agreement. Here's a problem. If I can solve this problem and show you that's valuable, well, let's make an agreement to do a transaction. This is the communication that leads to the powerful result. To be able to get the deal, to be able to get the deal done is power. That means you have the ability to get it done. And Shane has been experiencing, it's all the way up until the end, it's always a challenge. It's just unbelievable things that will happen.
Yeah, as you said, as long as you don't give up, it's okay.
You gotta keep going. You have to, there's no other choice. We're gonna talk about that too, because when we talk about building your business, like really building your business, I don't really believe that you're not really building your business, you're not really building anything of real power unless you literally cry. And not necessarily physically, but you should cry internally, because it's hard. It's something that when you, like right now I'm just starting a fast, and every time there's a desire to eat, it's easy to give in. But when you push past that point, it's not till you get challenged and you feel that pain that you're actually growing. So you can't it's that when it's easy, you're not really doing anything. It's when it gets tough. Do you bend? Like what is your stamina, right? And that's why I say, ultimately, I believe women are more powerful than men, because giving birth, labor is like, it's gotta be insane. It has to be, right? But even like dealing with things like mentally, emotionally, even the pain threshold, I think women have more of ability to deal with pain than men. That's just my opinion.
No, they just faint.
But it's all the same thing. It's all your ability to push through pain. It's like the growth, and that's where you get the breakthroughs, right? Transition, musical passage and pieces, smoothly connects 2 topics or sections to each other. Physics, a change of atom, nucleus, electron from one quantum state to another. So transition, again, is just changing from one state to another. I thought this was interesting. Metastasis, which means transition originally, but metastasis took on the connotation to cancer, when something is growing or taking over something, right? So transitioning with the force, like to take over, to dominate something that you want, to make that transition happen, to really make that transformation happen. I just thought this was interesting, how metastasis all of a sudden got attached to cancer, but in reality it was really just meaning change or transition. But I think because it invokes such a strong dominance of that change, it got what happens with cancer. All right, so communicating power, and this is what we're going to work on today. communicating power in your sales conversation. We've all been working on the introduction. We're gonna start making calls too, 'cause I'm really getting like, I feel like it's time to really go out and put some more deals together. I'm getting like really pumped up. So I'm really just getting my business set up to really start doing a strong marketing campaign, telemarketing campaign. But introduction. So we're going to be working on determination, passion, obsession, ambition, and vigor. These are the things that need to be behind your communicating power in your introduction. So we're going to be working on speed and tonality, and then how do we add those extra elements? Determination. And I'm going to show you how to add determination into the conversation. Passion, obsession, ambition, and vigor. All right, so from the first introduction to the first sales question, did you get it sold yet, or are you still accepting offers? The 4 major responses, which is no, it's not for sale, no, it's not on the market, and yes. Maybe yes, you have a buyer for me, right? So remember I told you guys on that sheet what you guys are going to be able to do by the time we finish the 6 weeks. We're going to start going into this right here. So we're going to be drilling today. Did you get it sold yet, or are you still accepting offers? And we're going to have random responses thrown at the person, and they're going to come back with their responses for each one of them over and over and over and over again until they're dominating that response. Once you're dominating this response and you're prepared for it, when you go into the question, you're going to have these different elements behind your voice, because it's not a surprise what they're going to say, right? So you're going to be coming in there with what was that word in opportunity? Fitness. Fitness is what you're going to be using. Did you get it sold yet, or are you still accepting offers? And then we're talking about timing. See, timing and opportunity. So someone says, no, it's not. No, it's not on the market. And then you pause and you delay and you take too long. You lose the conversation. You lost the opportunity. They're trying to get you off the phone, and if you don't respond in a certain amount of timing, you lose that opportunity. So you have to be able to respond with fitness, determination. We talk about not giving up, but not just giving up, but making it happen. You have to make something happen. Like, wait a minute, if I brought you a full price offer, then would you consider it? See, it's determination. I'm not going to let you just think you're off the hook. Let me go for your greed. Let me appeal to your greed. 30 to 60 days, if I can do this fast, let me appeal to your speed. Because I'm determined to find out if there's really an opportunity there, and I'm prepared to go either direction that you're going to go. Domination, determination, passion, obsession, ambition, and vigor, all behind the actions and the words that you're communicating. So that's what we're going to be working on. Okay, so let's go over into the other room, and we're going to start practicing.
Let me go crazy.
Okay. Start practicing some of these
Hello,
tricks.
this is Shayna.